Well, hello once again, my friends, my fellow sci-fi fans, my fellow Star Trek fans, and my fellow lovers of the gorgeous U.S.S. Enterprise NCC-1701. I'd like to welcome you to another video. This video is long overdue. No, this isn't going to involve this gorgeous lady here from Tomy. Rather, we're going to be going to Star Trek: Strange New Worlds. Now, it seems like an eternity ago, but I did show you guys the U.S.S. Enterprise that was featured in Star Trek Discovery. I showed you that model kit, and then they had released a lighting kit for that. So I had gotten that, but then it was taught that round 2 was going to actually do the Enterprise as she appeared in Strange New Worlds. And there were a little bit differences between the two, so I'll talk about that in a minute. So I had gotten the reissued kit, and what happened was they talked about releasing the Aztec set. So that was a while. There was a big gap in between, and when I had gotten that, I heard about them getting ready to release the lighting kit, so I figured, you know what, I'll just wait for the hat trick and we'll get it all. So without further ado, finally, we'll take a look at the lighting kit now for the 1/1000 scale USS Enterprise NCC-1701 as seen in Star Trek: Strange New Worlds. Alright, so I had shown you this, let's see, it seems like it's been out for over 2 years. There should be a date on here somewhere. Alright, this is 2024. So, 2024, they reissue the kit of the Enterprise from Strange New Worlds. It was as seen in Star Trek Discovery, but the model kit had things that weren't screen accurate. So what they did was they retooled the model. They retooled the molds, and then they released this kit. So this is 2024. Now that was released, and then we were waiting because they planned on releasing the full Aztec decal set. So this was released in, this says 2024 as well, but this was a while. This was almost a year after the model kit that I was able to get the Aztec set. Okay, now we flash forward to 2026, and I had pre-ordered the lighting kit, and I finally got it in. So here is the official lighting kit for Star Trek: Strange New Worlds, the U.S.S. Enterprise. Let's take a look. You can see the box art. This is how we're going to paint the ship. The ship is molded in gray, but what I want to do is I want to paint it because I like the almost chrome-like finish. I like the way it looks underneath the Aztecing, and then we're going to seal it all in. It's going to look really good. We're going to paint the parts, we're going to prime the parts, and then we're going to use the lighting kit and decal set as shown in the instructions. So I got mine from Fab Gear USA. I had gotten these from Auto World Store because I like going through Auto World Store, but they didn't have this in pre-order. There's a couple of things that I wanted to get. They just didn't have on Auto World Store as of yet. So I got this off Fab Gear USA, and I get a lot of stuff through them when it's unavailable from Auto World Store. Alright, taking a look. This is the Star Trek 60th anniversary. This is Polar Lights. Star Trek: Strange New Worlds. This is the lighting kit for the USS Enterprise NCC-1701. You can see the beautiful box art. And this would be lighting kit number MKA057M06. And I believe it's the same on both ends. Let's see, looking at the side now. Got a little bit of info. Take the 1/1000 scale USS Enterprise from Star Trek Strange New Worlds to the next level of realism that plain plastic can't deliver. Bussard collector motors turn the engine fans. All wiring, plug-and-play circuit boards, and 38 LED lights comprise the battery-powered light kit. It features a solder-free assembly, included colored clear plastic parts, the finish to set to supply vibrant colored lights. And let's see, I don't know what that says because of the eliminating all the need for paint. Sound, if that sounds familiar, because that's what's on the 1350 lighting kit as well. And on the other side, it's the same thing, it's only in a different language. So, looking at the back now, we can see a little bit more of the info. You can see the starship. Now, is this the finished model? Let's see, all wiring included, no solder required, plug-and-play circuit board hidden inside the model. 38 LEDs, colored clear plastic parts. The motors turn, the Bussard fans, ventilators at the ends. Let's see, 2026. Round 2, StarTrek.com, MKA057M6. This one particular kit was manufactured on March 30th of 2026. You can see this is version 1. And again, you can see the area around the bridge. I love how they light up where the registry numbers are. You can see looking up at a port side, and you can see looking from the aft forward on the starboard side. So now let's take a look on the inside. All right, let's take a look. First off are the instructions. So let's take a look at these. So we can see that same kind of art, but it's in black and white, just like what's on the cover. And let's see, plan ahead. Install wires and subassemblies as you build your model. Lights cannot be installed after subassemblies have been glued and completed. Mask clear parts appropriately when painting. This set has been specially engineered to install into the 1/1000 scale Star Trek Strange New Worlds U.S.S. Enterprise model kit by Polar Lights. Review the bulb locations as you construct your model and give forethought to the bulb placements and assemblies as you build. Standoffs are built into the model to properly position bulbs. This set does not require working knowledge of electronics as long as full attention is paid to the instructions shown here. When attaching LED bulbs to plastic parts, use the CA glue or epoxy. Handle the printed circuit board carefully and grip it by the edges to ensure the integrity of the solders. Test the lights as you work. To test the light, insert plug the ends part way into the PCB sockets until the contact is made. If the plug ends are fully inserted, use a small pointed instrument to depress the small pins as indicated and gently pull and wiggle the wire free. You can see the diagram right there. Most seams have been engineered to block light, but the inside of the parts should be painted black to prevent light from penetrating the plastic. Some seams may require putty to completely block the light. Colored clear parts are included in the set to provide better quality of colored lights. So what we'll do is we're gonna paint and prime the whole thing inside and out regardless. Okay, so let's take a look at the instruction sheet now. So step 1, you can see we're going to be doing the formation of the Bussard collector. So we got the fan. You can see the little ribs that's going to go into the housing of the Bussard collector. You can see that could be the motor. No, that's the motor. Okay, so this is a little tube that's going to fit on the fans, the fan blades, and that's going to go to the back. You can see the circuit board with the lights, and that's all going to go through the Bussard collector housing. And we do that twice for the port and starboard. So this is step 1. Actually, I should have looked at the back because they have a parts guide. So let me show you guys the parts guide on everything that's going to come in the kit. You can see the battery pack. You can see the circuit board for one of the nacelles, and there's 2 of those. And then you can see the motor for the fan blades that are going to rotate on that, and there's 2 of those as well. Part D, you can see there's a plug on either end over here. E, F, part A is the PCB board, and it looks like there's only 1 of those. And then you have the different, part G has a lot of bulbs on it, then you got H, and then you have J, which has 2 of them. So there's not a whole lot in this kit, but I just wanted to show you that before we moved on. Okay, so we got step 1, and for some reason it goes to step 3. I wonder if they're counting step 2 as doing the other side. Okay, so step 1 we'll do the port Bussard, and then step 2 we'll do the starboard Bussard. So we're going to go to step 3 now, and you can see that we have the nacelle, and we're going to start to put the lights in as we put the Bussard collector housing into the half. Incorporate the following steps into the appropriate steps on the model kit instruction sheet. Wires should follow this path. So this is the left side or the starboard side. Also build the opposite side. So again, we're going to do it twice. You can see loop the wire at the rear as shown to fit in the space. On to step 5. Trap the 3 wires inside the pylon assembly as shown. Be sure they are allowed to slide in the pylon as shown in the next step. Remember, because there's an open area on that. And we don't glue these wires because we're going to have to be able to move the nacelle pylon up and down in order to get it to lock into place. And we do that in step 6. You can see how it's going to go up into the nacelle. Alright, on to step 7 now. We're going to do the bottom half of the source. Oh, excuse me, that's the top half. So connect wire G and H when assembling the halves together. So H is going to go up on top, and that's actually going to light the top of the ship. I don't have a picture of that right now. So that's going to light the top section right over here where the registry numbers are. And then you can see where we're going to position all of the lights on the bottom. This is really going to be really simple to do. This bulb does not have a mounting standoff. Glue it straight to the plastic in the front center of the lower half of the saucer section. So you can see how we're going to put them all into place, and that's going to light the windows as well as the sensor dome. And you can see place wire G bulbs and wires as shown here. And that's looking down at the bottom half of the saucer section. So we go on to step 9. And now we're going to do the halves of the secondary hull. So when we look at the back section, where the shuttle bay is, you can see, I think that's going to be a clear part. We'll see when we go through the parts, but I think that's going to be clear. That's going to go in there, and you can see the bulb that's going to light the shuttle bay. And you can see how we're going to put wire F into the port side half and wire D into the starboard side half. So let's go to 11 so you can see how the saucer is already together. We're going to take the wire G, and that's going to be connected to F that's going to the secondary hull. We're going to take the nacelles, and those wires are going to come out, as you can see over here, and it's all going to go to the PCB board, and then we got a diagram right here. For best results, plug wires into the sockets as shown, and that's going to be A that's going to run inside. So looking at the PCB board, we got R, L, BB, DF, and 2 Js. On to step 12 now. We're going to have to remove 2 ribs to allow space for the battery box underneath the base. Then drill a hole in the center to allow the wire to pass. Use the screw cutters or heated hobby knife to cut the ribs. Use caution. And then on the bottom, you can see we're mounting it to the base. And you can see what we got to do to splice the wires together. For best results, remove 1/2 inch of the wire casing, splice wires as shown, and cover the exposed wires with electrical tape. And that's 12. I believe that's everything. Yep, so that's the end of the instructions. So I'm going to try to download a PDF, see if they have a PDF copy. Because this one's all creased up and bent, and when I put them up you'll be able to see the PDF better, but if not, I'll put up pictures as we go along. Alright, so now let's take a look at actually what we get. First thing, we've got the battery box. This is basically the standard battery box. This one is missing the screw. You just slide it down, and we put 4 AA batteries. So this would be a total of what, 3 volts? Or somewhere around there, 3.5 volts. And then let's see if it's got, yep, it's got the on-off switch on the bottom. So that's going to power the ship. Next up, you can see the components. We've got the PCB board, and we have the Bussard motors. So this is taped, so give me a second. Alright, let's take a look at the PCB board first. And let's see. Yep. The PCB board is also marked. So we've got B, L, and R on one side. And you got J, F, and D on the other. And this is HT0538-A1. Next up, we got the Bussard motors. And let's see. I don't know if these are going to spin. Anyway, when we get to that, those clear tubes look like they're going to go onto the back. Anyway, these are going to go into the Bussard collector housing, and this is going to make the fan blades rotate. All right, what else we got? Let's look at some of the clear parts now. We've got the red clear parts. So because the Enterprise appears to have red Bussard collectors, we've got the clear red parts. Because I think when we did the kit, when we did the unboxing, I think they were clear. It would have been no big deal to paint them, but it's a lot better to have the actual colored plastic. So these are the Bussard collectors. And it looks like these are the impulse engines that are going to go in the back. All right, next up, looks like we have the blue clear parts. So first up, you can see the end caps for the nacelles. I don't know if you're going to be able to see the details, so let's light it up. So I'm thinking that, yeah, that's still going to have to be painted, but should still look pretty cool. All right, what else have we got in the blue section? Let's see. Not quite sure what these panels are for, but those are blue. And these, again, I'm not quite sure what these panels are for. They could be around for the nacelles. Different parts of the nacelles have the blue. Just like the chiller grills, and that's what this part is for. Let's see, that looks like part 106. You can see the grill. So that's going to look pretty good coming through. All right, those are the blue colored parts. Let's see. We got one bag left. And it looks like we have the rest of the wires. Let me make sure I don't cut that. All right. So first thing I notice is everything is kind of a mess, all thrown together. All right. So these are all tied up. You know what? It might be a good idea just to leave them. Nah, let's open it up. All right. All right, so the first one we'll try to detangle is, let's see, what is this one? This looks like E. And you can see there are two bulbs on this one. Next up, we've got D, and this has 3 bulbs and it's got 2 clips. It looks like this one is going to be a power supply clip. So I got to make sure you can't just yank this. Okay, this is one of the circuit boards that are going to be lit for the Bussard collectors. And this is B. And let's get the other B. We'll keep those together. All right. Next up, we got H. And this one has 3 lights. And this is the very, very long one. So let me gently try to detangle this. If it can get tangled, it will. All right, so you can see this is going to be the alligator clip, and I think that's going to be a power supply feed. This one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. This one has 12 lights, and this is wire G. Let's see, do we have 2 of those? So this is wire J. And this one has 4 lights. And let's see, last wire. Oh, I'm sorry. This one is wire J, so we've got 2 of those. I think this is what's going to go into the nacelle. And this has 4 lights. And lastly, this is F. And this has 2 light bulbs and it's got a feed. So basically, that is everything that's included in this lighting kit. So we finally got the lighting kit. I think what we're going to do is we're going to start the next video in this build. I'm going to do a plan. We're going to plan out what we're going to do with the colors, with the kit, if I want to add anything, and that type of thing. So that's going to be the next video. We're going to actually plan out the build. And then after that, we'll go through the steps like we usually do. We'll prepare the parts, we'll prime it, we'll paint it, and we're going to move on. So this should be a pretty fun build. So my friends, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you were curious on what came with the lighting kit for the 60th anniversary version of Star Trek Strange New Worlds, the 1/1000 scale Enterprise, I hope you enjoyed the video. And until my next video in this build, I thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys soon.